Hi, I am Sierra Herrera. I am a professional dancer. I live in Los Angeles, and I just performed at the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny.
Sierra Herrera is used to big stages, but the Super Bowl halftime show with Bad Bunny was different.
It was more so just the knowledge that, I'd seen this show be built over the last like couple weeks, and I just knew like the impact that it was gonna have. Um, was going to be huge and really, really important.
She says it wasn't the crowd that made her nervous, it was knowing how much the performance would mean. And for Herrera, that meaning is rooted in Guam. Her grandmother was born on Guam and raised in Moleso, connections she deeply embraced during a special trip last summer. It was her first time visiting the island, a family journey that included bringing her grandmother back home and reconnecting with relatives.
It was the most beautiful trip with my family that I've ever had. And getting to bring my grandmother back and learning in depth about Chamorro culture.
Just months later, she would step onto one of the world's biggest stages, carrying that newfound connection with her. And when the moment finally arrived, the emotions took over.
I was crying, and there you see me sitting behind the scenes, like I like trying to dry my eyes, and I lean over to the girl who was braiding my hair, and I was like, I'm crying. I need to get it together before we're on camera. And they come to me, and I'm just sobbing.
While Herrera is a trained professional dancer, this time she was cast in one of the show's vignettes.
Let's see what it is. I wasn't sure, how I could have been a person in the grass. I just didn't know what I was going to be doing. So I went into it with a really open mind.
She says the production, built on culture, legacy, and community, felt deeply personal.
You feel an attachment to that. You feel nostalgic when you see them. You don't just see a white chair, like you see your grandparents and your family barbecues. And so I mean, for especially the barbecues, I know, and especially the Chamorro barbecues, they are everything. So
For Herrera, the halftime show was about more than entertainment. It was about unity.
I think this was like nice medicine and a nice message that if one person can like bring all these people together to build this show and showcase so much like culture and pride and history and legacy. If one person can do that, like we should be able to do that for each other.
And she believes the performance resonated because people saw themselves in it.
Anyone who felt emotional, like it's because you saw yourself somewhere in that performance, which is, I think, exactly what he wanted and what we all need, and especially like right now during this crazy, crazy time period.
A seasoned dancer with training in jazz, ballet, and contemporary, who has even worked as a backup dancer for Madonna, Herrera says this moment stands apart. And for those watching back home in Guam and around the world, she has a message.
To the people who are watching, I want them to know that there is a space for you, and to just keep dreaming big and don't shrink yourself in rooms and make yourself feel smaller when everyone has so much worth.
Jonathan Charfus, KUAM News.